Hey there, my name is Lilith and I'm the creator behind fashion art label Zigentala, based in Melbourne, Australia. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the Berlin jacket, which is this lovely, beautiful piece we have here. I thought I would conform to the whole graffiti style today by wearing this shirt from one of my previous videos. It was my ex's shirt that I flipped and painted. So I've got like a long string of videos where I talk about all of my past works, and they date back to like 2017, 2018, so I'm just slowly going through each one. Specifically with this jacket and with a lot of the jackets that I do talk about, I really want to go in depth about like the story behind it and the inspiration, just as a concept of being able to instill lots of value into clothes and for them to sort of appear more valuable as a counter perspective to things like fast fashion, where we just buy things and we buy them once and then we throw them away, and there seems to be no value in clothing, and it's not very good for the environment. I don't think it's a very good perspective to have as well. So this is me trying to promote a perspective of clothes with higher value and clothes with stories, with art, with inspiration. So this is what this video is going to be all about. So the Berlin jacket. So I've had this jacket for ages. I think it was back in 2015. I had a friend called Kane.
Shout out to you, Kane. I hope you're doing well.
We were just hanging out one day and I forgot to bring a jacket, and he gave me this khaki thin jacket because I was cold and he was quite the gentleman. And so he gave it to me, and then I took it home, and then I just had it in my wardrobe, and then Kane moved away from Melbourne and he said that I could keep it. His sister actually gave him this jacket, and then he said that I could have it because he didn't wear it that much. So as the name suggests, I actually got the inspiration when I was walking down the streets of Budapest.
No, it was Berlin.
So basically I went on this Europe trip back in 2018, and I did stay in Berlin for a weekend, and I was staying with some friends smack bang in the middle of one of the grungiest suburbs in Berlin. I thought I knew grunge living in the inner north of Melbourne, but I did not know grunge until I was in this suburb. And one of the things that I just found really beautiful about this place, this particular suburb, but also Berlin in general, is known for its graffiti. Not so much like graffiti artworks that people sort of compose like you see on the wall, but more so just all of this collection of tags just like splattered everywhere throughout the streets. They were on doors, they were on walls. There's even a picture of one of my friends going through the front door of the place that we were living in, and it's just all of this amazing graffiti. And so I just fell in love with this. And I mean, I've always been intrigued by like little scratch tags, you know, that are very obscure and asymmetrical, and they have this sort of flow. It's so organic, and I think that's what makes it look so awesome. I was in Europe for 4 weeks, and I was in Berlin around about the 2-week mark, so I actually had to wait 2 weeks until I could actually paint on something, because all of these tags, they just really inspired me, and I really wanted to do something about it. So I flew back to Australia at 5 AM in the morning, and after like 28 hours of flying time, I went home. My boyfriend picked me up, I went home, I tried to sleep and I couldn't. So instead I actually started painting this like within 2 hours of landing in Australia, because I really wanted to it was just so awesome. I am very much influenced by this style. You've got this jacket, we've got this shirt, I did a couture dress which is sort of the same, I did a denim co-ord, and sure enough, since I've come back from Berlin and been in Melbourne, I have had an eye for this crazy chaoticness, and it's like, it's everywhere, specifically also in toilets. Melbourne toilets seem to have a really cool aesthetic going on, whether it's just like posters splattered everywhere, or just stickers, or all of these tags just on the mirror to the point you can't even really see yourself. I love this whole style. The biggest challenge for me was like trying to make sure that I do recreate that chaoticness I had actually randomly spray painted this shirt before I flew to Europe, because I tried to do something with actual spray paint that you use on walls, and because they're meant to be used on walls and not clothing, it didn't really work out. It became very stiff. I don't know if you can actually see, like, bar all of these tags, but underneath in the background of this jacket you can see I did go in with some red and some purple. It just didn't come out the way that I wanted it to, and that was actually an experiment I did before Europe, and then I came back and I was like, this jacket would be perfect for this concept that I want. So yeah, I started painting all of these tags on top and playing with how big the tags are, making sure that the tags in the background are sort of bigger, and then each layer the tags getting smaller and more defined, playing around with the thickness of the tags. Obviously very obscure and contrasted. I used all of the true colors of my paints. I didn't mix any because I did want it to be this jarring sort of color collage. Yeah, and having to play with like the thickness of tags. Obviously you've got very thick tags like this, and then you've got, and then we go in, I mean, when people paint these walls, you know, they use textures, they use spray paint, they use little white markers, so like the thickness between all of the tags had to be there. Lots of drips as well. Even just the whole concept of a tag, they're very asymmetrical, they're very stylized, but there's also a particular flow with the tag that makes it look like someone literally just came up to a wall and scribbled it out and then ran away. They didn't stand there and they didn't go, yes, this is perfect. So when I actually painted this jacket, I did actually have to step back a little bit and stop trying to control the perfection of this jacket, because the more I sort of worked on the tags, trying to make them more authentic, the less authentic they were. So I actually had to sort of step back, let the imperfection sort of come out in these tags, which can also be interpreted as a general metaphor for life, if you get what I mean. I didn't actually paint them out so that people would actually be able to read them. I just wanted it to be a just big collective craziness. I created this back in 2018 and I had it finished for my showcase, my 2018 showcase. I didn't actually have this particular jacket on show. I wore this jacket because to this day, this is actually one of my favorites that I've ever painted. So it's going to be very hard. If I ever find a buyer for this jacket, it's going to be very hard to let it go. But I know I can replicate its essence in other clothes. So it also debuted on the runway in 2019 for Melbourne Fashion Week, and it has also been in a couple of photo shoots. I think I did actually lend it to a stylist for a musician. I haven't really seen any of those pictures yet, but one of my faves. I usually wear it off my shoulders because it's just nice. It's just nice as a little cover. But I know some people actually do wear it with, it's like a button-up jacket like that. Yeah, that's basically the Berlin jacket. I think one special thing about this jacket is that it actually sort of signifies my love for travel. And in a way, I've tried to sort of marry art, fashion, and travel all up together to create this one jacket. And I've actually done that with a couple of jackets. It would be really cool actually to do a video, because there are a lot of times where I've been in different countries and I've sketched up a concept of a jacket, or I've been painting a jacket, or a jacket has been pictured. Canada, New Zealand, Berlin, Austria, Korea. A lot of my jackets have sort of been incorporated in travel in a way. Maybe that'll be my next video. And so that, my friends, is the Berlin jacket. If you do like me talking about the inspiration and story behind jackets, there is a playlist on my channel where I go through different jackets that I've done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to see more of what I do, please subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Zigentala. You can also check out my website www.zigentala.com. I do custom jackets, I sell original jackets, I do a whole heap of stuff. So please make sure to subscribe to keep up on all of this madness. and I will see you all in the next video. I'm going to try and upload before Christmas. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, have a good one.
There's a fire in me, melting at the bottom of the sea. It was a beautiful thing. And all these memories trying to hold me back, but